I know you guys are probably surprised to see this review up now or coming up now at like 2:50 in the morning right now, Eastern Standard Time, of course. That is because I did end up getting off work an hour earlier tonight. I kept saying I probably most likely will not be able to finish Takeover Brooklyn 4 until Monday, but that extra hour gave me some leeway. And yes, I probably should be going to bed right now and getting my rest. But to make my life a heck of a lot easier, I will do this review now because I just got done finished watching NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. You know, looking back at the takeovers, all the takeovers definitely have a special place in our hearts. TakeOver Brooklyn 4, though, well, TakeOver Brooklyn in general, is like the true WrestleMania of NXT, I feel. It's that pay per view that, again, started, the legacy of NXT TakeOver. Well, we've had, our TakeOver pay per views before that. But this is, again, where it all started being more global and worldwide, not just at Full Sail. And these 4 pay per views, especially in Brooklyn, have been 4 of the very best. No doubt about it. And this one as well is up there as one of the best ones, I'd say. Is it the best one? I'm still not 100% sure, honestly. This year for NXT, like so far, no doubt about it, I feel the weakest one has been TakeOver Philadelphia, but that was a hell of a show also. That one was awesome as well. TakeOver, I still would give the slight edge to TakeOver New Orleans is the best one over Chicago. This one, though, I can't decide which one I like better. Again, TakeOver Chicago's was awesome, but Chicago's didn't have any title changes. This one had title changes, and it had some moments in there as well. So, guys, what's going on as always? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm coming at you for my live review, very late live review of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Again, I wasn't planning on doing this review tonight because I thought I'm getting back really late from work. I did, but I got off an hour earlier, so I had a little more time. So I made a bad mistake of drinking 2 cans of Coke tonight at work just to keep me going because I was drained out. And then I get home, I watch TakeOver, and I energize you big time. So if I'm not going to fall asleep anytime soon, why don't I just review really quick here? I will just breeze through this, probably not talk a heck of a long time, but I'm going to do it. This is my live review of TakeOver Brooklyn 4, SummerSlam 2018. Good luck with trying to beat this show. I'm hoping SummerSlam 2018 is not a complete dumpster fire like SummerSlam 2017 was. Hoping for good shows, but there's no way that SummerSlam going to top off the show. No way. NXT does it once again. I am not afraid to go into a TakeOver and have high expectations, even though, and I said in my TakeOver Brooklyn predictions, I didn't have the highest of highest expectations for this show. So they definitely surpassed my expectations big time. I was expecting maybe like, a B+ or an A- show, like on a level TakeOver Philadelphia was. This one, though, unreal. This one, you don't know how else they can really top it off. They do it. So let's get right into this review. Starting off with a live chat. We got TN Couponer. Yes, definitely good luck on SummerSlam. Following this, I definitely agree. TN Couponer, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard about the match for Evolution. Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss, which would have built to it first. So just saying, hey, we're going to have Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss. Plus, also, I would rather have like Sasha Banks or somebody else face. I mean, Alexa Bliss, okay, rather be like Sasha Banks versus Trish or something like that. But yeah, they could have built up to it and like surprised us. I wonder what that means if Alexa Bliss is going to retain somehow tomorrow. And I'm still picking Ronda, but we'll see what happens there. And he said, great event. And how are you? Not too bad. TN Coupon. I'm just tired. A long day. Worked a 10-hour gig. Well, it's supposed to be 11 again, but got off now. Let me go an hour earlier. Other than that, it wasn't too bad, but I had to put the pants of the groom from my gig today on the list because they were not a comfortable fit for him, and somehow his lavalier microphone got shut off during the ceremony. So that was not good because I didn't get to get a clear piece of audio of the vows, but I still got the other audio from the other camera, so I'm not completely doomed. Anyways, though, getting off track, talking about my day, let's get into TakeOver Brooklyn 4 because I need to get to bed, but I wanted to get this review over since I already finished the show tonight. So let's talk about these matches. The first of 5 matches we had was for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era taking on Mustache Mountain's own Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. Now, I wish this match still would have had a stipulation. I mean, the match was a really good match. It was fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I think if they would have added a stipulation, this match could have been a classic. Way like the match, like, it was like, similar styles, like, mixing in with each other at the beginning. Of course, Tyler Bate has another awesome moment again with just holding someone on his shoulders and having the other person like doing like kind of like a Cesaro swing or whatnot with it. Again, Tyler Bate is unreal. Small guy, but he knows about can wrestle like a cruiserweight, like a big man. He just adapts so well to anybody he wrestles. And of course, Trent Seven getting in there trying to redeem himself because of his injuries, causing Tyler Bate to look out for his mentor and throw in the towel. I wish they kind of boiled around a little bit again. Like they could have made this an I Quit match or something like that for the tag team titles. But what I really liked about this match though was the fact that Undisputed Era, Mustache Mountain gave everything they got. And they even went as far as playing the mind games. It looked like Trent Seven was going to throw in a towel, but instead he threw it into the crowd just to distract Roderick Strong. It looked like Mustache Mountain had Undisputed Era right in the palm of their hands. They fired their best shots, their finishers at them, kicked out of both of them. Unfortunately, those set eventually for total elimination or the last shot. And the last shot is Adam Cole's. I think it was total elimination. I think is their tag team finishers. Undisputed Era retained. It was just another, match between these two teams, but it was a match that made Undisputed Era literally look unbeatable, look strong. They literally had them kick out of each of Tyler Bates and Trent Seven's finishers, making, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven looking, dominating, but no one kicks out of their finishers. How often do you really see that happen? It made, both teams coming out looking like winners, and it made Undisputed Era look unbeatable. Yes, Mustache Mountain did beat them in Royal Albert Hall. Sandy beat them in a 6-man tag team match earlier this year, but this was just meant to really put them over and make them look dominating. And I called it afterwards, my predictions. Afterwards, War Raiders appeared and laid waste to Undisputed Era. So no doubt about it, they're at least going to be feuding with Undisputed Era next with tag titles. But could this be also said more for like a War Games match? They didn't go after Mustache Mountain. But as I was saying, right now I'm seeing War Games being 3 members of the Undisputed Era. And I say 3 because I'm expecting Bobby Fish to be back soon. I don't know what will happen to him, but I'm expecting him back soon. So 3 members from there. We're probably going to have War Raiders, like I don't know, Ricochet or even Keith Lee maybe, and then maybe British Strong Style as well. Finish up with kind of Pete Dunne kind of some unsell business with the Undisputed Era also. So that's what I'm saying for War Games. Unless they throw a curveball at us completely, that's what I'm going to predict for the War Games match this year. But I was predicting, War Raiders would come out and make a statement, which is exactly what they did. So Undisputed Era retained. So far, I'm 1 for 1. Let's see. No one new in the live chat. It's fine. So the second match which was the match I was expecting not to be, or the women's title match. I was expecting to probably be the weaker match on the card, but this was probably the weakest match on the card, but still a good match. EC3 versus Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream and Ricochet put on a near classic, I still feel. EC3 and Velveteen Dream, it wasn't bad. I did think it did dug deeper into the story, well, for Velveteen Dream Ricochet, the stories were kind of similar in some ways, but Velveteen Dream and Ricochet, it was anything you can do, I can do better. It's one trying to one-up the other. This one was about them trying to embarrass each other pretty much and just disrespecting each other pretty much. Starting with, the walking out. And here's the thing, I felt, EC3, seeing this match go, I still feel EC3 should be a heel. He was somewhat of a heel when he first came in, but then they seemed to more solidify him as a baby face recently. I just feel like he's more meant to be a heel. And that's what kind of, again, the match is still good, but it's kind of like, brought me out a little bit. These guys have some good offense there, but it's obvious these guys didn't have like the best chemistry, I felt, with each other. But what of course I liked most was the finish. We had I think Velveteen Dream hit two. I think at first they're just saying the regular Death Valley drivers, but I think now Mauro Ranallo is calling them Dream Valley drivers, which I forgot to tell Mauro, Percy, and Nigel, great job as always calling takeovers, which I also mentioned it was good to hear Mauro Ranallo back after he wasn't able to be at TakeOver Chicago. But anyway, so he hit one Dream Valley driver and hit a second one on EC3 on the apron. And he hit a sick. And I love that purple Rainmaker finish that Velveteen Dream does, especially when he gets a lot of height on it. He does a purple Rainmaker on EC3 onto the apron, gets him in, and gets the victory. So I'm 2 for 2. As you know, I thought, EC3's, I had no problems with it at all, but I feel like Velveteen Dream has lost. He's 1 and 2 lifetime at NXT takeovers. And I thought that, he put over Ricochet. He didn't win the tag title, the North American Championship match. Yes, he beat Cassius Ohno in a random match, which was good, but it was still kind of a random match at TakeOver Philadelphia. And then, of course, even though he kind of the thing, you may have lost the match, but you kind of won the war because he got Aleister Black to say his name at TakeOver War Games 1 last year. But I feel like he did kind of need to come up with like a big victory, and I think he did right here, and I felt it was more deserved. Maybe with what happened with North American Championship match, maybe we'll see a rematch from TakeOver Chicago 2 at TakeOver War Games. Maybe. Well, it is if the one guy who I predicted to be War Raiders tag team partner doesn't get thrown in there. But yeah, so not a bad match, but obviously the weakest match on the card, I thought, of the 5, but still a good match. But I'd say these two could have had a little bit better chemistry together, but still not a bad match. I'll give them the credit. So Velveteen Dream over EC3, 2 for 2 so far. We had in my predictions. We got Tyler Cray, I believe, and that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. He said he thought the tag team match was the best. That's cool, man. Again, it was an awesome match. Can you imagine Velveteen Dream's theme song was "Purple Rain" by Prince? That'd be quite epic. But yeah, so Velveteen Dream wins his match. The third match we had, either this or the main event, was most definitely match of the night. Adam Cole versus Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. Yes, it's true what Ricochet was saying. Adam Cole is awesome, but he hasn't really defended that title too much ever since he claimed it. He's defended against Oney Lorcan and Wolfgang, as far as I can remember. So Adam Cole obviously is good, but he obviously can't handle Ricochet, and Ricochet's trying to prove that. Adam Cole's trying to prove also that he doesn't, hide behind his Undisputed Era brethrens as well. Well, this match told that story perfectly. Adam Cole was getting the offense that he needed to, but Ricochet had just something like, that Adam Cole was always just trying to avoid. The flips, just the craziness that Ricochet was pulling off. Of course, my favorite spot in the match, no doubt about it, I still do not know how on earth they sold this. Ricochet took a couple nasty bumps in this. It was like a fireman's carry. So that one time he took, and I remember his head landed on Cole's knee, kind of weird. But again, my favorite spot of the match was when Ricochet did that flip in the air, and Adam Cole, while Ricochet was in the air on upside down, took a super kick Ricochet right in the face. Again, on upside down in the air. I don't know how Ricochet kicked out of that at all. But he had those other moments in there where it's just like you're supposed to feel, oh my goodness, who else can possibly do this? It just showed that Ricochet truly is, he's not just great, he is a special type of talent. He's not the same like Adam Cole. He's not an Aleister Black. He's not a Velveteen Dream. He is not a Johnny Gargano or a Tommaso Ciampa. He is his own element, and that element is something that no one else knows how to overcome. And that's just the story that was told in there. He hit a cycling hurricanrana on Adam Cole on the outside apron towards the end of the match, setting up Ricochet to hit the 630 splash on him. And as definitely predicted, 3 for 3 so far. Ricochet wins the NXT North American Championship. The iron was so hot for Ricochet. Yes, Adam Cole needed he could use a championship run. Again, he probably could have been an NXT champion, but once again, the talent just got stacked. And then the main event story with Almas getting in there, the Gargano and Almas storyline took over the main event scene. So it looked like that Adam Cole kind of got pushed aside a little bit for main event scene, but again, luckily with the talent being stacked in NXT, they needed to have a mid card title, and that was what happened with the North American Championship. So Adam Cole had the run he definitely deserved as champion. But the iron is so hot for Ricochet right now. And I say right now, whoever dethrones Ricochet better be a unique talent as well. Because not just anyone can just dethrone a guy like Ricochet. As the story was told here, like Ricochet, again, is his own special type of talent that no one understands how he does it. And it's unreal. So Ricochet is your new NXT North American Champion so far. Again, I am 3 for 3. Live chat. Will Vince call him up? LOL. That's right, because what happened there? Velveteen Dream had Vince call me up on the back of his pants. Tico has Ricochet done a lot of crazy stuff in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma. He did. He is the one and only. So true. Exactly, boys. Keep moving on here, though, because again, I got to get to bed. I got to get up early tomorrow. I just randomly water for no reason whatsoever, but I'm good. Match number 4. This match surprised me a lot. The NXT Women's Championship match. Shayna Baszler taking on Kairi Sane. We've seen 2 matches before between these two. There was a match in NXT sometime last year where Baszler beat Sane, and then, of course, the Mae Young Classic Finals where Kairi Sane beat Shayna Baszler there. Needless I say, this was definitely their best match. Now, some people definitely said that this is probably a women's match of the year contender. Will I say that? Maybe. I felt if it had a couple more minutes, I want to see just a few more minutes of it and not just the abrupt finish, I'd be cool. But still, even though the finish was abrupt, it was still awesome. The story in this match, of course, Kairi Sane claims she knows she can beat Shayna Baszler. And we all do know Kairi Sane could beat Shayna Baszler because she beat her last year. But Shayna's bringing up the point of how, that was last year. I am a lot different, which she definitely is. She is definitely a dangerous force to be reckoned with. And someone doesn't care about anybody else but herself, and she'll do whatever she wants as NXT Women's Champion. But she's saying that Kairi, is just soft-spoken, and she does not have that killer instinct. And the match she had with Aaliyah, of course, on Wednesday night showed that, Kairi can show a vicious side, hitting the 3 insane elbow drops that she hit on Aaliyah. And then this match is the same thing. Like Shayna Baszler brought out, a vicious side to Kairi Sane. She went as far as mocking her pirate walk and whatnot. And, of course, to make Shayna look even more dangerous, she kicked out of an insane elbow. And then she hit one, I believe, an insane elbow towards the back of her neck on her. And then she had another one, go for another one. This finish was awesome. I loved this finish. Kairi, again, despite the fact that it was a random roll-up, Kairi Sane goes for another elbow. And Shayna gets her knees up and goes to put Kairi in the Karafuda clutch. And earlier, it looked like that Kairi was going to pass out to the Karafuda clutch, but just like the last second, she was able to grab onto the ropes and break the hold. But after Kairi takes the knee strikes to the back, Shayna goes for the Karafuda clutch again. Kairi just rolls against on her feet and pins Shayna to get the victory. And Kairi Sane is your new NXT Women's Champion. Again, was it Women's Match of the Year? Still say no, but it's definitely one of the stronger matches of the year. I definitely think so. Again, having a more vicious side as Kairi Sane, adapting to how Shayna Baszler's up a level, so Kairi Sane had to move up a level also in order to beat Shayna Baszler. I will say this: I still kind of wish. Again, I'm fine with Kairi being champion, but I will be real and say I still kind of wish it was Dakota Kai who would have dethroned Shayna Baszler because of the history there. And it feels like, Dakota Kai has an obstacle to overcome. We knew that Kairi Sane would beat Shayna Baszler before, even though, yes, again, I said before, they brought up the good point of the fact that, this is a different Shayna Baszler, not the same one from the Mae Young Classic. But honestly, I don't think Dakota Kai still isn't quite ready yet to be in the title picture. I think, again, the one that is definitely ready for sure is Bianca Belair. And I didn't think they would turn Bianca Belair face to overcome Shayna Baszler. So putting on Kairi Sane will probably allow Bianca Belair to take the title off of Kairi Sane. That way you have a reasonable face and heel feud pretty much. Because remember, Bianca Belair is undefeated. Remember, undefeated. That's what Bianca Belair is. So probably get a rematch between Baszler and Sane, or we get the triple threat match involving Sane, Baszler, and Bianca Belair. But I think it's obvious that Bianca Belair is the closest to being ready next, so we'll get that. But of course, at some point before Shayna Baszler goes up to the main roster, Dakota Kai has got to overcome her. That's still my thing, because I was very invested in that storyline. But so now I'm 3 for 4. Kairi Sane wins the NXT Women's Championship. Congratulations to Kairi. Well deserved, definitely. And let's see where we go from there with the NXT Women's Division. But definitely a great match between these two. And I love that finish. Tyler says Matt Riddle maybe could beat Ricochet. Could be interesting. Team Cover says, since she lost the women's NXT title, do you think we will set up a Survivor Series, the 4 horsemen of wrestling versus the 4 horsemen of UFC? It's possible, maybe. Tyler says the 3 insane elbows make Kairi Sane look like a heel, he thought. PW much. King Couponer, Bianca Belair is undefeated. Was Bianca Belair's injury legit? I don't know. I mean, I haven't really heard rumors. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, just to, protect her pretty much, because, her taking a loss probably not winning in that multiple women's match probably would not have could hurt her a little bit. So I'm going to say I don't think it is, because I know she recently was on her honeymoon because her and Montez Ford got married. So I'm going to say probably not. That's my case there. But yeah, that's how about that match. And finally, we get our main event of the evening, of course, is for the 3rd pay-per-view in a row, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. But this time it's Tommaso Ciampa as the NXT champion in a last man standing match. The match we were supposed to get at TakeOver Chicago. However, though, due to the groin injury of Aleister Black. Due to AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura getting last man standing, they didn't want to have 2 last man standing matches, so they made theirs a Chicago street fight. And then the match then the match at TakeOver Brooklyn was supposed to be a triple threat match, which I still foresaw Johnny Gargano pinning Aleister Black and having the 3rd and final match between Gargano and Ciampa at TakeOver War Games inside Hell in a Cell. Unfortunately, due to the groin injury of Aleister Black, it got made to a championship match between Ciampa and Gargano, last man standing. Wasn't sure what to expect from this match, because again, the little nitpick I have about the Gargano and Ciampa feud is that I wish they would have had something a little bit different, because unsanctioned match is kind of like a street fight. It's a street fight. And the last man standing is pretty much the same thing as a street fight also, except the fact that, you gotta make sure your opponent can't get up to the count of 10. Well, this match happened. Again, it was brutal. I liked a lot of the nasty attack. I like how at the beginning, Ciampa's introduction didn't even begin, and then Johnny just started attacking him, obviously because Tommaso Ciampa has sent Johnny Gargano into this much different place than he has been. Johnny Wrestling no longer exists until he overcomes Tommaso Ciampa, and he feels this is his big opportunity in winning the NXT Championship. And what I like about this match is, this match has brought moments out from everything they've had in the past that, Johnny Gargano has shown he's a lot more smarter now and overcome them, such as, the exposal of the wooden floor in the mat. That's what cost him the match at TakeOver Chicago 2. Of course, the handcuffs also, at first, backfired on him with that match at TakeOver Chicago too, which helped Tommaso Ciampa to beat him handcuffed. He beat Johnny Gargano handcuffed last pay-per-view. The crush as well, since, Tommaso Ciampa, when he first came back, he kept attacking Johnny with his crutch. Tommaso Ciampa went out of his way to try to bury Johnny Gargano alive by Johnny accidentally kicking a trainer, throwing him chairs and pieces of the barricade after Ciampa took a steel chair and did like a running knee through the chair into Ciampa, taking out the barricade as well. We had, again, the exposed floor from the mat. We had a sick looking, a drop. Johnny Gargano got dropped onto the steel steps, and he was able to stand up. Tommaso Ciampa was knocked into a stack of tables and was still able to get up at the last second, and obviously escalated because then Gargano finally got revenge on Ciampa by pretty much doing the same exact thing he did to him in TakeOver Chicago 1. When Ciampa first turned on Gargano, throwing him into that spot on the stage and then just beating him down. He already had one handcuff on Ciampa, and he handcuffed Ciampa to this wall or whatnot. And then he continued to just kept beating down Ciampa, hoping that Ciampa would eventually give up. And then Johnny at first was going to do the whole DIY thing they did before they did the super kick. And Ciampa was begging him off, saying, "I'm sorry." Just that emotional side, again, just digging in there again. Ciampa saying, "Johnny, I'm sorry." And then I'm thinking, it's way too late for you to say sorry at this point, buddy. You've done all the damage. There's no going back and fixing it. So then Johnny, again, not being Johnny Wrestling anymore, pulls down his knee guard, and he goes to hit Ciampa with the same knee strike that Ciampa has hit him how many times? He misses Ciampa, and he goes tumbling into a bunch of equipment, and he dislocates his right knee. He was not able to go to the count of 10, but even though Ciampa was down due to the handcuffed, he was able to step on lower ground. At the last second, Tommaso Ciampa retains the NXT Championship. So my question is, now what? Again, this feud probably may have to go a different route now because, originally the obvious plan for me seemed that triple threat match was meant to protect one of them. So Johnny Gargano was going to probably pin Aleister Black, and then Gargano and Ciampa was going to have probably a Hell in a Cell match or something like that, TakeOver War Games 2. Now what? Now where do we go? Johnny lost his championship opportunity. Obviously, I don't know how they would try to get him another match for the NXT Championship if this feud continues. I really don't know what to expect from this. I did read one rumor, though, somewhere online. It's just a rumor, though. But I honestly think this wouldn't be bad of an idea. Someone said they heard a rumor that Johnny Gargano is going to eventually turn heel and realign with Tommaso Ciampa and bring back DIY as a heel tag team and go to the main roster together. Honestly, that might be a good route to go. Because here's the thing. Obviously, the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens feud was meant to be main roster worthy. Sami Zayn was injured, so they wrote him off of TV, had Kevin Owens escalate past him, the true winner going up, and then Sami Zayn eventually, get up and get his comeuppance on Kevin Owens. Well, right now, unless this knee injury has been writing him off for a while, Johnny Gargano, it doesn't look like it's going to be out long term. And I don't think, and I know Triple H is smart enough not to just completely recycle another great story. So, what if that is the case? Because obviously, they can't have, Ciampa lose, they go up to the main roster, or Gargano goes to the main roster, and the other one sold out NXT. That obviously wouldn't, look wise. It was almost like, the loser is still getting more than the winner. So, honestly, them reforming as a heel tag team just for, Gargano, he has to, get into the mind of Tommaso Ciampa. And, Ciampa saying sorry, obviously, could be something that, gets Johnny to go there and realize that he can't overcome this nightmare and he'll never be Johnny Wrestling again. So why not align with him? and eventually he turns on him. Seriously, if they do that this soon, it could be a WrestleMania match. It could be a match at WrestleMania 35, the blow off between Gargano and Ciampa. Like, loser has to go to the opposing brand or something like that, obviously, or even at SummerSlam next year. This feud, obviously, is not going to have a conclusive ending to it until Johnny Gargano overcomes Tommaso Ciampa, and that's what we all want to see. However, though, you're in a position right now with Johnny Gargano. What else can he really do? What else does he go from this to another feud and still be a babyface? Because, it's kind of like how Dean Ambrose mentioned about what happened with the Shield. The Shield, was like the highest they could get. They beat everyone. Johnny Gargano has been as like the highest peak right now, character-wise, as a babyface. You have like a swerve in there, able to get him his confidence on Tommaso Ciampa. We may have to turn him heel for a little bit. So I didn't mean to say it as a spoiler, but I saw that. I'm like, you know what? That might be the best way to get them both up onto the main roster at the same time and not make one look weak compared to the other. These guys are main roster worthy. They're putting on one of the best feuds I've seen of all time. However, though, here's my question I'm going to propose to you guys. We've had 4 matches now involving Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We had the Cruiserweight Classic match in 2016. We had the unsanctioned match at TakeOver New Orleans. We had the Chicago Street Fight, TakeOver Chicago 2. We have the Last Man Standing match tonight. I got 3 votes on it so far. 2 said unsanctioned, 1 said Chicago Street Fight. Personally, again, this match was still good. The finish, though, my favorite finish to me is still the Chicago Street Fight, because that was just abrupt. Johnny had Tommaso in the palm of his hands, and we thought he won the match, and then just like that, it was it. This finish, though, I mean, he tumbled into a bunch of equipment, and he was supposed to sell a knee injury, but I didn't feel like it was quite as dramatic of an ending as the Chicago Street Fight was. So that's why I give my edge to the Chicago Street Fight. As far as what grade I would give NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, I only have 1 vote on my poll on Twitter, and it's a B. But I personally this deserves an A-. I think not quite the strongest pay-per-view yet. Well, not quite the greatest one, because I still enjoyed Tommaso and Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But again, I wish the finish was a little more anticlimactic, in my opinion, but it was still a great match. The women put on a great match as well. Kairi Sane winning, having her moment as well. Of course, that match with Adam Cole and Ricochet, especially again that flip in the air, the kick right to the face. That was awesome. Dream and EC3 wasn't bad, and the tag match was a great opener as well. So this definitely is an A+ show. I'm going to give it not the strongest A+ out of the other ones I've given this year, but this is still a good show. TakeOver Brooklyn 4 knocks it out of the ballpark once again, and I look forward to seeing how close SummerSlam can be trying to cap this off tomorrow. Not the high expectations for it, but not low, but not the highest either. But I look forward to see what they can perform here. Check the live chat one more time, then I'm going to check out here. We let's see here. Tyler says he enjoys 205 Live more than regular NXT shows. Respectful opinion. Gargano vs. Ciampa will end with a 3 stages of hell match. That too, as well, is what's worthy. Tyler says he's starting to get tired of Ciampa and Gargano, and we have Greg Pugh saying next match should be loser leaves NXT match. Again, it could be, but again, with how good they both are, it would look weird to have one go to the loser go to the main roster for the winner, if you know what I mean. But they could still do that. I'm not going to be opposed to it. Yeah, I definitely enjoy 205 Live a lot more lately. TN Couponer. Greg says that he's trying to sleep, but it's loud outside his dorm room. That sucks. Tyler kind of hopes that Gargano's injuries will just so he can come to SmackDown. Maybe. Gargano versus Wyatt. Gargano versus Bryan at Mania would be awesome. Tyler doesn't like Johnny Gargano. That's fine. Did he really dislocate his knee? Probably not. It's just kayfabe. He says DIY is like DX. They could be if they reunite. Yes. Yeah, it's an idea. Chicago's Tyler also thinks the Chicago Street Fight was better. And T. Kupar agrees, and so does Greg. T. Kupar gave it an A. What if the masked person was Candace? What masked person are you referring to? Yeah, I may have missed that. Tia Kupar. But yeah, with that again, I'm going to give Takeover Brooklyn an A plus again. Not the strongest A plus again, but still, a well deserving A plus show. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. All 5 matches were at least good, but everything else was fantastic, and everything else or just completely awesome, a classic. So guys, again, I was surprised to get this review in tonight. Again, I had to work, but then I got off an hour earlier, so I watched TakeOver tonight, got this over with. I don't have to worry about this for Monday now, so I could be able to get up, do my things tomorrow, and then watch SummerSlam in the evening. Again, SummerSlam is probably not going to top off the show, but I am hoping for at least a solid show from SummerSlam this year. So, guys, once again, thank you to T and Couponer, Tyler, and Greg for joining me in the live chat. What grade would you take over Brooklyn for? What was your match of the night? And which Gargano and Ciampa match you think has been the best out of the 4 they've had so far? From the Cruiserweight Classic, the Unsanctioned match, the Chicago Street Fight, or the Last Man Standing match? Leave us down in the comment section below. And as always, sure to click my like and start more content on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, DemandEver93. And I'll see you guys about 24 hours, probably less, 20 hours, 19, 18 hours, for my live review of SummerSlam 2018, which I will review as soon as I get home from watching SummerSlam with my friends. So until you guys, I've had a long day, so I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, and peace out, everybody.